Hey guys, Coach Ben Lee here, checking in for our Wednesday weekly tips and coaching. So for you guys, this is the first one of the series that I'm going to start to roll out. I was doing podcasts, but guys, it takes too long to fill half an hour, so I just wanted to put together like 5 to 10 minutes each week to help you with coaching tips, nutrition tips, things that you can use to break plateaus and get you moving in the right direction. Now, on the weekend, I held a workshop for women's fat loss. So what we spoke about there was nutrition, hormones, and training. So I thought I'd wrap that up and how that went. We had about 35 girls turn up, and within that, we got a lot of information out there, and we broke down a lot of myths and gave the girls a lot of structure on, what they should be looking for with coaches, and also what they should be looking for to try and get the results that they want. So with nutrition, the first and foremost is clean eating, is big out there. So with clean eating, fantastic. I'm a massive advocate of nutritious nutrition, making sure that we're getting in whole foods that have got enzymes in them that allow our digestive system to break on down that food and absorb the nutrients from those foods. But it's not all. So a big thing there is we need to learn what our basal metabolic rate is and how to incorporate calories and macros. So with calories and macros, this is, depending on your body type, kind of will allow you to structure, what your proteins, fats, and carbs are. So I always say, for the guy that's always, or the guy or the girl that's always been, 10 to 15 kilos overweight all through high school, to the guy or girl that's always sort of, had that bikini body or six-pack abs, then their dietary intake is going to be different. There's no doubt about it. The reason being is without that person's, the difference there between the biochemistry, is quite obvious, okay? So these people down here love the carbs. These people up here, carbs don't love them. So us knowing that, we can structure, your carb and your macro breakdown depending on where your body fats are. So understanding where your body fats are allows you to continue to evolve your diet. This is why, those 12-week challenges that Michelle Bridges and, Ashley Bikini Binds, and any other sort of online, cookie cutter approach is never going to help you get those long-lasting results. Sure, you're going to see results for a while, but you're going to hit a brick wall because that diet's not structured for you. Now, depending on how many hours a week you are working out, it's depending on how many calories you need to intake as well. So this is where we see a lot of people fall down, where they might be taking in their calories for their basal metabolic rate, which is, their age, their height, their weight, but they're not equating for those extra calories that they're burning during the week. So realistically, they're under-eating, okay? So if you start to under-eat, your body's going to start to shut down, okay? And the survival mode is going to start to kick in, down-regulating hormonal pathways, metabolism slows down, and then, we find ourselves binge eating because our body can't handle the constant decrease in energy coming through. So from that, we're going to binge, and then we're going to can't understand why. So there's some of the things that we spoke about on the weekend, which really helps sort of put in perspective, how to work these things out, and what you should be looking for as well to make sure that you're getting fantastic results. Now, training was a big one. I speak to 90% of the population that when they start exercising, which is fantastic, it's great. Like I like to see people getting up and moving. But if you want to take it to that next level, then realistically you need to be looking at a periodized program structure to help you get to your end game. Because realistically what you're trying to do is you're trying to look like an athlete. So if you're trying to burn fat, build muscle tissue, okay, tone up, get ripped abs, six-pack abs, all that sort of stuff, then there needs to be structure to avoid muscle adaptation. Because if we're just exercising, doing boot camps, going for a run, going to the gym willy-nilly without any sort of real plan, then we're never going to get anywhere. So without a plan, we need to get somewhere. So, like I said to my clients, you guys are athletes now, so I'm going to treat you like athletes. Your nutrition and your training are going to go hand in hand. So whatever phase you're in with your training regime is where you're going to be with your macros and stuff like that. So if I've got high intensity, a lot of volume work, there's going to be a lot of carbs in there. If they're just starting out, we want to improve their insulin sensitivity, get their body working better with carbohydrates. Then we're going to look at probably not such an intense kind of workout regime because they're not going to have that energy there to be able to put into, over an hour. The sessions are going to be sort of 45-minute windows. Now, training as well. This is the big difference between personal trainers and strength and conditioning coaches as well. Like, I was guilty of it when I first started out. People would come in and see me. We'd do a good session. People would leave feeling like they had a good workout, but there was really no structure to their long-lasting results. So we're trying to increase muscle fibers, which is going to allow us to build a metabolism on top of that. So guys, working off that, what we're looking then as well is, you want to make sure that we're, functionally moving properly, so we've got mobility, okay? Obviously, us sitting down on a regular day, muscles start to switch off and become inactive. And from that, we get a bit tighter, we lose our movement pattern of what we once been used to be able to do, so our squats, our deadlifts, all those kinds of things. We're really going to start to make a big difference once you get mobile, okay? And then you can start to get stronger a lot quicker. Obviously, then when we get stronger, we can start to build more muscle tissue, and off we go there. So, guys, there's just two things that I wanted to, briefly touch on you today, so that you can get a bit more of an understanding of, what you should be looking for with your personal trainers, okay, or with your coaches. If you're doing this by yourself, these are a couple of things that you should be looking into as well. So, basal metabolic rate, calories on top of that, tracking those calories, structuring, periodized programs so that every 4 weeks we're avoiding muscle adaptation. Okay, so we're constantly seeing change in the results that we're getting, and we follow that, and then we document that, and with that data we can see, where we're going wrong. Like we just did my partner Amy's body fat measurements. We didn't see a drop. Okay, years ago we would have been, all right, let's drop food and let's increase cardio. Okay, but what we realized was that we miscalculated her carbohydrate intake, and she was probably eating, about 60 grams of carbs too much. And when you're only about a 10% deficit, that's a lot of extra carbs every day. So now we just fix that up, and off we go, and we should be back to dropping body fat and getting ready for us to shoot to Vegas. All right, guys, so I thought that as our weekly Wednesday wrap-up of tips and tricks to get you in the best possible shape. I hope that information is informative. Like always, check me out on my blog page at www.coachbenlee.com. If you want to contact me for a free consultation, I'm always happy to help out. Subscribe to my newsletter as well, because I'm always putting out more information, to change the industry up and put useful information out there that you guys can implement and use, so it's not also confusing. All right, catch you guys.